do the speaking engagements. I have radio show, internet TV show, and I do these because of the babies. My story is unusual because I wasn't a baby when I was abused by my biological father at the age of 15. My biological father brainwashed me, which is also a form of abuse. He brainwashed me from a scripture out of the Holy Bible. Genesis chapter 19, where Lot slept with his daughters, was the scripture that my biological father used to brainwash me at 15. At 16 years old, he gave me cocaine. At 17 years old, he taught me how to prostitute. At 18 years old, I was raped. 19 years old, beaten. I was a 20-year-old at the hands of my own biological father. So all of those things happened to me at his hands. And so I say, if you can't trust your own parents, who can you trust? I didn't know who I could trust. I had no self-esteem. I was victimized. I didn't know where to look for love. I was afraid and ashamed and felt guilty and dirty. I didn't want to look for love to my mother, who tried to warn me. I couldn't look for love with my grandparents. I ended up in the jail cell doing time for my biological father, and no one came to rescue me. It seemed like I was there all alone and by myself. But I thank God today, by the grace of God today, that God came in that jail cell that night and He healed my mind and He restored me and He let me know that I am somebody. And I'm grateful to God today because my biological father told me that I was ugly, I would never amount to anything, no one would ever love me but him. But he was a lie, and I'm just grateful to God today that I know that. And while writing my book, one of the babies that wasn't mentioned today, I dedicated my book to baby Brianna Lopez of New Mexico, a baby I never knew. But she was 6 months old. 6 months, she was raped and beaten by her own daddy. His brother and her mother stood by and watched and did nothing. So I dedicated my book to her because she could not run from her from the extent of her injury. She couldn't cry any longer. And I very well could have, at age 15, told someone. So that is why I'm here today. I don't want anyone to make the same mistakes that I made. I want you to tell. I suffered because of my silence. I kept my secret for 21 years. And because of holding that secret inside of me, I suffer behind that secret. And I don't want anyone to make those mistakes, young people. If you are a victim of abuse, you know someone that is a victim of abuse, don't be afraid to tell. If I only had told my mother, anyone, I would have saved myself years of horror. And that is why I come out and I step boldly and I tell my story that yes, I was 15 years old molested, 16 and pregnant, 17 and prostituting, 18 years old, strung out on drugs, 19 and raped, and a 20-year-old inmate is what happened to me. But today, I'm healed, set free, restoration, sanctified, I'm Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, and I'm just grateful to God today for where He brought me from. He brought me from a horrible, dark place. So I do have my book. My book is titled My Daddy, the Devil, and Me. And the theme for my book is Out of Darkness and Into His Marvelous Light. Because that's how I feel today. I feel like I've come out of darkness and into the marvelous light. I just want to thank everyone. I just want someone that is listening. If there's anybody here that is afraid to step up and tell, don't be afraid to tell. That is just a no-no. We have to tell. You have to tell a teacher, tell a guidance counselor, tell a clergyman, a preacher, a pastor. Tell someone if you feel like you're being abused. Thank you all for having me. Thank you.
Are you ready? Don't wanna wait no longer. I got you with my side. I'm falling hard for you.
your smile. Oh, your smile. For inviting me to sing at this wonderful event. So this first song is an original song. It's called Leap of Faith.